Welcome back. So for this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to be creating a simple Google Forms questionnaire for my student. They are doing this activity on Wednesday, and I am going to make them answer questions on what they liked and so forth about the activity on a Google form. So I'm going to start by going to my Drive. So I'm going to my Google Drive, going to this plus, and going down to more, and I'm going to create a form, so Google Forms. Now, first thing I want to do is title the form. So this is going to be Activity Questionnaire. Complete this form related to the activity you did on Google Slides. Okay, so first thing I like to always ask them is their name. Short answer, required. So I like to say name, and I always say first and last. That way they don't give me just their first name. Plus, and I am going to, if this form you're going to use for multiple periods, maybe you want to add a period in here or a section. For this form, I am only doing it for one class, so I'm not going to add period in here. So I'm just going to start with my question. Question 1, did you enjoy the activity? Multiple choice, no, let's say drop down, and I'm gonna say either yes or no. Let's do it. Okay. Since I have a emoji Joy Pixels added, I'm going to add some emojis in here. So yes, and for no, I'll put an X just to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, and again, it's required. Plus, question number 2, I am going to say the activity easy to follow or difficult. And I am going to put a linear scale. I like how it set it up. That way I'll say 1 is going to be easy to follow, or let's make it 1 to 5. 5 is going to be extremely difficult. Okay, again, it's required. Number 3, would you like to do something similar again? And it's a really simple quiz, so yes. Again, I'll add my from Joy Pixels. This is awesome. You should watch my video on how you add these to Google Classroom. And since it's there, it's gonna be there. Okay, so yes or no, and I'm gonna add one more, an open-ended question. Explain what you learned about the activity. For the last question that I'm doing is I want them to explain what they learned, so going back to the activity itself. So I asked them basic questions, right? Did they like them? Ranking it from, was it easy or was it difficult? Would they like to do it again? Yes or no? And now tell me what you learned. Now for this part, if I leave it as that, a lot of kids, what I've noticed is they don't like writing, so they'll put a period or just okay or something like random. And I want them to answer this question. So I'm going to press this 3 little dots on the bottom right. I'm going to click on response validation. So here what you're able to do is you're able to tell the Google form to make sure that they have a certain amount of words in the in their writing. So it's not just like a period, it's set for something. So if I'm asking them to explain what they learned, I want them to tell me I learned about something. So let's say 4 things. And for the custom error text, so if they just write a little dot, if they don't want to answer it, it's gonna come out to please explain. I'll say please explain more. Okay, so they're required to make sure that they write something. So to make it a little bit simpler for me to grade, because this is I'm going to give credit based on you completed it, and then I'm gonna obviously read everything they did. What I'm going to do is make this a quiz. So let me go to my settings, general, right? I don't like collecting email addresses, so I normally leave that blank. I do want to limit to 1 person. No editing, no summary chart, that's not necessary. If you want, you could do these. Again, I don't care for them. I'm not shuffling the question around. It's not a real quiz. But I am making this a quiz, so I'm going to make that a quiz. Immediately after each submission, I'll put that. And I will take out all of these because it's not a real quiz. So the way I make it a quiz is I'm going to pick this. Did you enjoy the activity? And it is a drop down. So it's going to be worth 1 point. And I'm going to click on both of them. So if they liked it, great, they get a 1 point. If they didn't like it, awesome, doesn't matter. You're still getting 1 point for completing the form. So again, I'm able to do that by clicking multiple answers to the question. Once I want to, so now I have this. So next thing I like to do, I usually like to customize. I tend to choose a header. I usually like personalized headers, but for this form, I'll do something that's already in here. So I'll do this little bubbly thing that makes my form purple. I get to choose, do I want it darker, lighter? Do I like that one? I like this. Maybe I want to get, I actually like those 2 colors. Those are nice. I could change the font from basic to more fancy, formal, or playful. I tend to do playful. It looks nicer. And that's pretty much it as far as my form goes. Very, very basic form. Now, once I am going to share it, so I'll show you how I actually am going to do that. Okay, so you see I clicked on here, automatically is the name of the form. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to send it and get a link. You could do that if you like, copy the link and so forth and put it onto your Google Classroom. I am not going to do that. I am going to go straight to Google Classroom. So let me go to my Google Classroom, and this is for my period 2. Open it up. I'm going to go to classwork, and I'm going to create an assignment. I usually just stick with creating an assignment. So I'm going to title my assignment. This is going to be known as Friday questionnaire. Again, please complete the questionnaire related to the Google Slides activity from Wednesday. And I'm going to add it here. So I'm going to add it not as a link. So if I copy the link, it's in there. I am not going to do that. I'm going to add it from my Google Drive. It should be the first thing I see because it's the last thing I just did. It's in here. grade importing is my favorite tool when I just want to give everyone full credit for doing their work, and that's pretty much what I'm doing for this questionnaire. Never locking the mode on Chromebooks because we don't know if they're using Chromebooks unless you officially do. I do not change the point value because with the beauty of grade importing, automatically when my students do this on Friday, I'm going to be able to upload their grades, import their grades, and it's automatically gonna adjust to 1 point because it was a 1 point questionnaire for credit. Due date, I do always do. So this is for my Friday. So I'm gonna actually schedule this. Time, I am not going to say. Oh, I actually pressed that. Topic, we're on our distance learning transformation piece. So I'm gonna put it in there. And if I was ready to assign this, I would click assign. But since this is for Friday of this week, I am going to schedule it. So I'm going to schedule for Friday at 8 a.m. So automatically I'm ready to go. Scheduling your assignment is ideal. I strongly suggest you do that if you already have your week planned out. So as far as I go, today is Sunday, May 3rd, and I have scheduled all of my attendance. I scheduled my assignments. I scheduled the weekly schedule that I like doing for my classes. All ready to go for the week. So everything is scheduled in here. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was helpful. Again, not the most intense form. If you're interested in more forms, I am a math teacher. I have a lot of forms that I've done with math. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in my comments. And if I see that you are, I will definitely post something related to that. Good luck in keep learning and come back and visit my channel.